Hello, my friends. Welcome back. We are looking to enhance the Top Trumps project from the YByte Python curriculum available at www.ybyte.in. Now, recall Top Trumps is this very interesting card game where we have two players playing. So, we build a human versus computer. There are cards with skyscrapers in our game, but of course, you can build with any category. And each card has a bunch of metrics, a bunch of categories. We choose the category we want to play with. For example, my card right now is Leaning Tower of Pisa. I think good category to play for this would be year built because this is a very old building and likely that I'll win. So it turns out that computer's card was, let's say, some other card where the year bit was 2003. So I win the round. So that's how the game goes. Very interesting gameplay. It's also a good opportunity for us to learn about the subject that we're building. For example, in this game, skyscrapers and so on. Uh, but one thing we can enhance for our player is to bring some kind of a training into the system. So basically, when the game starts, instead of just, let's say, starting the game, we can ask the player if he or she would like to get a bit of training, get a bit of, let's say, exposure to the cards available. So for example, I ask a question, would you like to go through a training mode? If I say yes, now one way of training would be to just demonstrate all the cards, but that's not very effective. So what we would do instead is that we'll say, okay, look, let me tell you the best card for each category. For example, the best card for height is, let's say, Burj Khalifa. Clearly that's the tallest building in the world. The best card for floor also is the same. The best card for year build turns out is Leaning Tower of Pisa, which we just got because this is really the oldest building that we have in our deck of cards. And remember, for years built, older the better. The best card for built up area is this particular building, which is House of Parliament, London. The built up area is 4.6 million square feet. And finally, the best card for time to build is this, Empire State Building, which was built in an astonishing just 1 year. So, like I said, this game also gives us an opportunity to learn about these places and, enhance our, let's say, general knowledge. But we will see in this video how I implemented, let's say, this training feature, which I think enhances the game significantly. The game experience becomes that much more, interesting for the player. In fact, the idea is quite interesting, really. It's somewhat similar to what we had done in the laptop store project when we demonstrated the selected laptops, in a certain order. For example, in order of price or in order of, let's say, the RAM and so on, right? The reason is the deck of cards here and the selected laptops both were lists of dictionaries. So all we need to do is to sort those lists in a certain given key of a dictionary. So that's the broad idea. We will see how we can develop this in a step-by-step manner. I'll get to a project which is kind of the raw project, doesn't have the training mode yet. I will just enhance this a little bit, before doing anything. I'll just ask my player, look, if you would like to have a training, so I come in here, for instance. So I come in here and I ask my player before the game starts, look, would you like to have a training for this game? So I just say, let's say training, needed is, let's say, input. Would you like to have a short, say, training? Now we will see later on that later on that there can be some variations to this, that kind of training we provide, but basically that's the idea. So I just say, would you like to have a short training? And I don't expect the answer to be, say, Y or N. If my player replies, let's say training needed is equal to Y. Now, of course, you can make it more robust and stuff, but I'll just assume this is fine. I will run a function called, say, training. So I'll just, let's say, call a function called training. So I'll, create this function right now. So I just do this from the very beginning. Remember, in fact, I can move this part of the code down as well so that it's cleaner. So I'll just go and move this just ahead of my training, call. So I'll just do it from here, let's say, so I think, and you can remove one of the inputs. So basically, it tells me, well, welcome to the Top Terms game. Would you like to have a training? If yes, then yes, we'll provide your training. As part of this training, I go and define a function called training. And right now it's very simple. I'll just use another function here to display the best card for my, for every category. The reason I do it this way is because the training later on we'll give more types of trainings and that we can add inside the def training here, right? The insert function training. So all I do is to just go and say, well, display, let's say, so I just create a new function, display, say best card. And again, I'm just calling this function here. So let me just define the important function then becomes this display best card. So I'm just going to say, well, let me define this display, say, best card. And as I emphasize these days, please put comments. So I'm just going to say, well, let's say display the best card in every category. That's the intent of the function. Good to put a small little comment that says that. So I'll just put a print as well saying that, look, I will tell you the best card for each category. Now, remember that some categories play higher the better, some categories play smaller the better. For example, heights, let's say height, floors, and built up area. The bigger it is, the better it is. The bigger the value, the bit better it is from the gameplay. But for some other keys, for example, year built or time to build, it's exactly reverse. So I need to kind of figure out how do I. Now recall that all cards are basically a list of dictionaries. All I need to do is to sort that list in a certain way and then display the top card as relevant to the category. But before going there, I'll make a small change to my code. Basically, I'll define a new dictionary over here, which is exactly the reverse of the mapping dictionary. Remember, mapping dictionary went from a shortcut key to the long cut. So it told us that, look, if I entered H, Y, or let's say T, what key did it map to in the actual, let's say, cards? The inverse mapping dictionary I'm creating in exactly same manner, but with a reversed intent that, look, in the inverse mapping dictionary, the keys will be same as the relevant keys, let's say, but the values would be the first, let's say, character of that key. So I'll just do exactly reverse of this. Now the value of this will become more clear. um, Now the purpose of this will become a little bit more clear as we write more code. So I just go and say, well, in mapping dictionary maps from a key to the first character of that key. So basically height, feet to H, floors to F, and so on and so forth. So it's just reversal of this. Now this becomes useful to me because now I can, get to, let's say, my card over here, my display best card over here. I basically need to go and sort my all cards in different manners. So basically all the keys come from, remember, from the relevant keys. So I just go and say for KK in, let's say, relevant keys. So these are all the keys that I have. I will sort these cards, call them, let's say, all cards S. Now remember, we can use a sorted function for this. We have done this in the, in the laptop store as well. I will go and say, well, sorted, let's say, all cards. Now we need to put a function, or we can use a lambda statement. So I'll go with the latter. I just go and say key is, let's say, lambda. Remember, lambda here is a mapping between, every item of that list to the. Now remember, lambdas are these anonymous functions. In this case, we are going to say that, look, map lambda x to, let's say, float, say, let me just put this carefully, x. Now all we are saying is that, look, all cards is a list of dictionaries, which means we want to sort this list. The key that we are going to use is the xkk, which means x on that key. So the value of x, the value of the dictionary, for corresponding to the key kk. And we have seen this before, right? So I'll just go and sort this. And now recall that the default order of sorting is ascending order, which means that now I can ask myself a question. Look, let me look at the in mapping dict. So I just go and say if, let's say, in mapping dict kk is in, let's say, H, say F, say B, because remember, heights, floors, and built up area for me, basically in this case, higher the better. Now what does that mean? Remember, all cards S has been sorted in an ascending order, the way we have given the command, and hence the best card for these categories would be, best card for, let's say, for these categories would be the last card in the sorted list. So which means it will be all cards S and -1. So I can, index it from the reverse side, and that becomes my best card. Else, which means that, look, I'm looking at lower the better. Well, I can just look at the first item of the sorted list, and that should be it, right? So I just go and say all cards S, for example, 0. And I think this should really be. Now, having obtained the best card for every category, I must, of course, display this to my player. Now, be very careful with the indentation here. Remember, this must happen for every category, which means that the subsequent printing must happen indented from the for loop. So it must can get aligned with the if and else. So I just go and say, well, let's put an empty print over here, and then I just put, let's say, uh, the say the best card for category, let's say KK. Um, and I can of course use my function, say display card over here, to display the best card. And again, I can give an input so that the user, the player gets some time to look at it. And then, when convenient, the player can click enter so that we go to the next card. Now, important, like I said, to make sure that this piece of code here is indented with respect to the for, because this has to be inside the for statement, inside the for loop. This has to be part of the for loop so that every category is displayed. So now when I run this, I get a question. Look, do you want a short training? Yes, I do want. In fact, we can clean this up a little bit. But never mind. For now, I just say, yes, I do want, training. It tells me, look, the best card, I'll tell you the best card for each category. The best card for category height is, let's say, Burj Khalifa. The best card for category floors is again Burj Khalifa. I can take some time to read it. I click enter. I get the next one. The best card for category year built is, say, Leaning Tower of Pisa. The best card for the category built up area is, say, House of Parliament. And the best card for time to build is New York, Empire State Building, New York, because it just took 1 year to build. Very interesting. And then, of course, the game starts, right? So this little training before the game actually starts makes the game interesting, makes the player more involved with what's going on, and generally makes you more aware of what the cards are. And that's why it's useful. I hope you found this. At YByte, we always learn programming in this way, by building activities, by doing, because that is the best way to learn. Look at our website, www.ybyte.in. We have lots and lots of activities of this sort, through which you can learn Python programming. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.